Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region is the primary home of the largest minority group in China, the Zhuang ethnic minority. The ancestors of the Zhuang people have created a glorious history with numerous achievements. In the 20th century, archaeologists discovered some carbonized rice hulls from between 12,000 and 20,000 years ago in the relics of the Zhuang People, ancestors of the Zhuang. These are the evidence of the earliest rice civilization that's been discovered to date. At another site, a piece of a plant fiber textile was discovered in the bottom of a pot. It's considered the earliest handmade textile in human history and suggests that the ancestors of the Zhuang people might have been pioneers of artificial rice production and weaving. The Zhuang people are extraordinary for another reason as well. They're the only group on earth who worship the goddess of song. The Zhuang ethnic minority boasts a legendary figure known to nearly everyone in China. Her name is Liu Sanjie. Folklore has it that Liu Sanjie was a Zhuang girl who lived in the Tang dynasty around the 8th century. She had a melodious voice and was also good at composing and singing. After she died, the Zhuang people worshipped her as the goddess of song. Each year they celebrate their most important festival, the Folk Song Festival, on the 3rd day of the 3rd lunar month, a day to commemorate Liu Sanjie. Over 1,000 years later, her talent for singing is still being passed on by the Zhuang people. Every weekend, Nong Min Jian takes a trip to the villages around Pingguo County. The trip is not for sightseeing, but for enjoying folk songs, and everyone knows that he's a huge fan of the Zhuang folk songs. We've all heard about people who are famous for singing, but how did Nong become famous for just being a fan? Let's take a look into the past and find out. Nong Min Jian is an ethnic Zhuang who used to work as a government official in Na County in Guangxi several years ago and was constantly troubled with the problem of how to promote local economic development. The county lies in the Dashe Mountains and suffers from both a fragile economic environment and tough natural conditions, making it difficult to develop. Once on his travels, he visited a remote village named Tun Li Tun, which impressed him so much that the memory is imprinted on his mind.
底仙人穿黑衣服，在一个山窝里面，那不是叫漂亮，叫震撼，非常震撼。黑色的，山是黑的，石头是黑的，人是黑的。
It turns out that the people in this village belong to a special branch of the Zhuang ethnic group known as the Black Clothes Zhuang. It's said that once upon a time, the tribe was under attack and their leader was injured. As he fled, it occurred to him to try applying natural indigo dye to his wound. To his surprise, the wound healed quickly, and he was able to fight again and successfully protect the tribe's home. Since then, natural indigo has been considered a holy plant by the tribe, and people started wearing black clothes dyed with natural indigo, hence the name, the Black Clothes Zhuang. For thousands of years, they've lived a self-sustaining farming life with unchanged traditions. And what's more, they've preserved their beautiful folk songs.
Lê tông đầu dấu mừng lấy quậy lô mà lê hát nê ấy nàng nó chỉ là
Nong never expected to be so impressed by the music in such a remote village. At that moment, an idea occurred to him. Why not try using this small village to promote local culture? Nong Minjian set about studying the culture and folk arts of the Zhuang people. His initial purpose was to promote local development. However, the more he learned, the more he was attracted by this magnificent culture. In the winter of 2001, a group of singers wearing pure black caught the attention of the public. They were the Nidiya Choir, made up of people from the Black Clothes Zhuang living in Napo County. And the inspiration for the choir came from Nong.
把这个东西做成文化品牌，做完文化品牌，把这个民族提高它的自信心，有了自信心，它才有上进心。
This is what he intended to do. By researching the Black Clothes Zhuang culture and folk songs from all branches of the Zhuang people, Nong Minjian is helping to promote local development by promoting polyphonic singing and building an ethnic minority cultural brand. At that time, people noticed that the polyphonic singing of the Black Clothes Zhuang was becoming a popular topic in the domestic media. The public became interested in this mysterious group living in the remote mountains and in their black clothes, their cultural traditions and their melodic voices. Recognition by the public and the resulting popularity of the polyphonic songs have brought a variety of outcomes under Nong's cultural brand strategy. Napo County has now become a tourist attraction, featuring the fascinating culture and traditions of the ethnic minorities in southwestern China. And the village of Tunli has developed into a cultural landmark, attracting foreign tourists who are interested in the Black Clothes Zhuang. For Nong Minjian himself, in the process of cultural research, he has become a huge fan of collecting and studying the folk songs of ethnic minorities. It is Nong Minjian who has brought the folk songs of the Zhuang people out of the mountains and presented them to the world. And that's the reason why in the folk song community of Guangxi, he is considered to be a kind of local folk song king. Villages in Pingguo County are about to hold a folk song fair. As the president of the Association of Liao Songs in Pingguo County and the recognized king of Liao songs, Zhuang People is sure to show up at the fair.
Có bao nhiêu hội viên呢？总来说，有名有姓有电话联系的，我们又有那个320个。搞这个协会了以后呢，我们非常的活跃，去唱歌的很多都是我们的会员。
The Liao song is a kind of Zhuang folk song popular in Pingguo County, Guangxi. Most of the folk songs in the world can be considered oral literature, but the Liao song is different. It's transcribed for dissemination. The Zhuang people often hold a songbook and sing while looking at the script, which contains Liao songs written in the ancient Zhuang characters.
壮族寮歌呢，它跟别的民族的民歌不一样，它既是即兴的，又是有固定的歌路，所以呢，它有固定的歌路，是有呢用那个古状式，是壮族壮语的古状式，把它记录下来的。
Shortly after the successful promotion of the black-clothes Zhuang cultural brand, Nong Mingjian was transferred from Napor to Pingguo to serve as the director of the Standing Committee of the People's Congress in the county. When he first came to Pingguo, he would never have thought he would be connected to Liao songs, whose melodies seem to be a bit monotonous.
我回苹果工作以后，我的司机有天晚上告诉我，他说呢，龙主任啊。 现在我们街上有很多人，老年人、青年人唱歌，你去看一下。我就去干了。当然我去干了以后呢，从老人家呢，歌手当中呢，手中拿着歌书。刚开始我对他的民歌还不感兴趣的。
At a time when most traditional local folk songs are no longer of interest to the public at large, the fact that the local people in Pingguo County are extremely fond of folk songs was surprising to Nong Mingjian. What is it that makes Liao songs so vibrant and attractive? On the way to the folk song fair, Zhuang People and the members of the association could not hold in their excitement and begin to sing. The Liao song emphasizes literariness, so the educational background of the singer has a direct connection to his or her performance. Zhuang People once served as the director of the local education authority and has a college degree. He's familiar with the format recorded in the songbook and is also good at creative improvisation. In a 2007 folk song competition held in Guangxi, Zhuang People stood out from the 70 folk singers and was named one of Guangxi's top 10 folk singers. After the foundation of the Association of Liao Songs, Zhuang was elected president. Activities organised by the Association of Liao Songs are always well received by local residents. In Zhuang People's opinion, this is not because of his personal appeal, but rather should be attributed to people's passion for Liao songs. This is especially true for elderly people, whose personal lives are closely related to these songs. Unlike Zhuang, Nong Mingjian doesn't sing Liao songs at all, but his achievements in this field can by no means be ignored.
我现在出版的书，这23803首歌， 其实我现在收集到的辽歌超过10万首歌。
Why are Liao songs so popular? To answer this question, Nong Min Jian embarked on his journey of